you were out there, Jonathan, on the court, doing a little bit of coaching.
Yeah. That's my background. Actually, started out as a student assistant coach at Lipscomb University. Played for, I worked for legendary coach Don Meyer, who won over 1,000 games at the NAIA and Division II level. So that's kind of my background. I worked summer camps. We had the largest camps in the country at that time. We would have upwards of 800 kids, as a matter of fact, per week, and a lot of times for a summer we would get close to 5,000 kids during the summer. So my background is in teaching the fundamentals of the game and also the camp background. So this is really a kind of second nature for me.
As we're off to a quick action in between Team 1 and Team 5. Nice drop from the top of the key. No good there by Jesse Wallace. Jesse.
Yeah, Jesse's a native of Tennessee, and another Tennessee native right there, 179. That's Caroline Patrick, dropping that in from Riverdale High School. And I should let the viewers know here, we added a little wrinkle to our camp games here this morning, here on day 2. Part of what we were working on in our warm-ups in our coaching session was zone offense. So both teams are going to come out and play 2-3 zone, and we just implemented a little high-low action right there. And kind of the reasoning behind this is, everybody plays man, during these camp sessions, but when you get into a game, whether it be in a high school setting or oftentimes even the travel ball season, zone defense is a part of the fabric of basketball these days. And if we don't start teaching those concepts at a grassroots level, well, we're not going to get better as a game. So that was one of the things that Brandon and I talked about yesterday, was trying to implement some zone offense that way.
As a current AAU coach, I can tell you now zone offense is a big part of what we do, because it's usually 90% of what you see. And unfortunately, a lot of people these days don't know how to coach zone offense.
Right.
And so the fact that you're able to get these girls into it a little bit really will give them a leg up come basketball season. Especially a shot and miss there by, I believe that's Team 1. Back the other direction comes Brianna Locke with the basketball. She's going to give it up. Quick shot there from the 3 is Caroline Patrick off the rim. She's going to get it back on the baseline. Another 3-ball attempt, which is kind of what you were talking about beforehand. Let's look down low before we start throwing shots up.
That's right. One of the emphasis that we made is that the ball needs to get to the short corner or to the high post before we, take an open look. But if you get an open look, I know how it is. Once playing, you get a clean look from three range. You got to let it fly sometimes. But a good job here by the black team of getting some offensive rebounds, some second chance opportunities.
Caroline Patrick there with a nice little look in free throw from Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Yeah, Patrick is a kid that we're very familiar with. Had a chance to work with her back in March. I actually run my own showcase that I ran at her high school, Riverdale High School. So I had a chance to get a first look at her back in March. Riverdale High School, very successful high school program. Won a national championship in the past, and they just have the talent that continues to roll through, and Patrick's going to be a part of that family there with Coach Barrett in the future.
Maya Glusto with the turnover, coming back the other direction is number 35. That's LaCara Patridge. LaCara with a nice look down low. I believe that was to Caroline Patrick, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Patrick's having a good morning here so far, and one of the things that we talk about with zone offense, the best way to beat a zone is just to beat it down the court a lot of times, and that's what Patrick did there.
Nice look down low to Jesse Wallace. Wallace with a little miss. Patrick, though, back the other direction. Very involved here in the early going of game number 1. I believe this is one of 6 today.
Yes,
that we will feature here on this court.
Yeah, you're correct about that, and forgive me, I forget where the third one is, but she's been very highly recruited, as you can tell, the height, but also her athleticism and her skill. And
noticing her footwork. Yes. Her footwork is phenomenal.
without a doubt. That's really something that she's.
Nice finish.
And you can see the talent of Johnson. You know, maybe a little thinly built, a little thinner than what her sister was, but she's got that indescribable, you know, kind of grit on the floor. She's able to kind of maneuver in and out of traffic, and is always able to make the right play at the right time.
At the line is number 179, Caroline Patrick. And Caroline out of Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Knocked down another free throw. She's got a great looking shot.
Yeah, I like her size on the wing too. You know, she's going to be able to play either wing position. You know, that's what I would like to say. She can be a shooting guard. She can even be a small forward in that way. Brandon would say, all right, well, you can play up with the older kids. She has more than demonstrated her skill over the years. You know, this is not her first elite basketball academy, and a great finish there by Brianna Locke.
Glusto over to Johnson. Johnson looking baseline for Broadwater, so she's going to get back up to Glusto. Back over to Johnson. Johnson trying to look down low, finally finds Broadwater. Broadwater kind of got set up there on defense. Yeah. Nice job there by the black team. Coming back the other direction is Patrick. She's going to take it, lose it out of bounds. Johnson's going to save it over Broadwater.
Young women to know that if you want to get the best instruction and the best exposure, you know, in a camp setting, the Elite Basketball Academy is the place to come. You know, our relationships that we have, you know, through the tournaments, you know, you know, whether it be the Florida Future or even, you know, kids that we meet at other places, those coaches, you know, tell their kids, hey, you want to get better, you know, go to EBA. It's going to be a good experience.
Caroline Patrick knocks down her third free throw of this first game. Again, from the EBA 5-5 camp. This is day number 2. 6 games on tap for you today. All of them will be 16-minute halves running clock. The first 3 will be feature the
that I've seen in a long time. Got a double team there. Michelle Johnson flashes to the middle, the kick out. Great unselfishness there by these young ladies.
And you know, it's rare to see in a camp setting where you're not familiar with your teammates.
Right.
And this white team with Johnson and Dial and Broadwater and Harris on the floor right now, they act like they've played together all summer.